So thank you for taking the time to find out more about the Flourish Menopause program. This video is going to help you get to know me better and to understand what it would look like to work together on the Flourish program as a way for you to get on top of your menopause symptoms naturally so that you can start feeling like yourself again. That way you can decide whether hopping on a call with me is going to be the right next step for you. And then at the end, I'm also going to talk about who is a good fit for this program, because I am quite selective and because I only like really to take on the people that I know are going to get results. All right, so first let's talk about why I created Flourish. So it came out of two things really: my own personal menopause experience, my own personal menopause journey, and also it came out of my professional experience and expertise within my clinic as a natural menopause expert and a trained homeopath. And what I discovered was that menopause symptoms aren't just about the drop in sex hormones. I know that's all we ever hear about on social media and wherever you go on the internet. But if that were the case, then every single woman on the planet would get menopause symptoms, right? But actually 20% of women get no menopause symptoms at all. And that's because their adrenal glands and their liver and their thyroid are able to adjust to that drop in sex hormones without any problem, because when one part of the endocrine or hormone system changes, it affects every other part. But for 80% of us, our organs are affected, and this is what causes symptoms. This is what I see as the hidden root cause of menopause symptoms. Now, as a natural medicine practitioner, I knew that every woman's root cause or hidden root cause, and therefore hormone imbalance, would be different. So I wanted to create a program that would be a group program, but personalized enough to those different hidden causes so that every person could get results. And that's why I kind of call it a hybrid program, because it has a bit of group and individual. Because the thing about natural medicine is it's not like mainstream. And mainstream is a one size fits all. You're in menopause, you take HRT, but it's very different in natural medicine. That's not how it works. There are many ways of going about it, and what works for one person will not necessarily work for another. The other thing I learned on my own menopause journey is that it's not enough just to change one thing, like just to change your diet, for instance. It really needs a 100% holistic approach where you look at your diet, you look at your exercise, you look at your sleep, and you look at your stress levels and work at managing your stress. And that you do those things in ways that fit with the new rules of this life stage. Because the rules for staying healthy in this life stage change. They are different from when we were in our 30s. And when I walk you through the program in a second, you'll see how I've incorporated all those different elements of diet and exercise, etc., into the program. And then lastly, as a homeopath, I know that the power of homeopathy to relieve symptoms is amazing, menopause symptoms. So this, if you like, is my secret weapon on the Flourish program. Homeopathy is the ultimate in personalized natural medicine. And I knew if I could find a way to add this and integrate this into the program, it would really turbocharge the healing of every person on the program. And so that is what I did. All right, so then let's look at exactly what we cover on the Flourish program. So the first thing to talk about is the format of Flourish, and I call it a hybrid program because it combines a number of pre-recorded video tutorials and workbooks to help you apply your learnings. And you do that work alone in your own time, and you have lifetime access to that. So that's the first sentence, work alone. Then there are fortnightly or every 2 weeks, we have a group Zoom call. They're small groups, and those are designed to give you emotional support, but also to hold you accountable for doing the work, because the stats say that if you leave people to their own devices when they've downloaded an online learning program, 95% do not complete it. And I want you to get the value that you paid for. So the calls are there to give you emotional support and to keep you accountable for doing the work. And that is what you get 6 months worth of. So you get this for 6 months, you get Working Alone for access to the modules for a lifetime. And then you get the one-to-one with me. So you get 3 homeopathic consultations and prescriptions across the period of about, well, you have them about every 4 to 6 weeks. And then there's a more kind of group chat element where I have a private style Facebook called Eugenie, where you can chat to other participants if you want to. So in terms of the actual content of the program, the first section of Flourish is all about identifying and healing those hidden root causes that I talked about, the root causes of your menopause symptoms. So you start by doing the menopause metrics, which is a series of questionnaires that assess the state of your adrenals and your liver and your thyroid, so we can see which of these organs is causing the problem and is causing you symptoms. And then you learn how to address those organ or heal those organ weaknesses with targeted diet and lifestyle approaches. And then lastly in this section, you, as I mentioned earlier, you get 3 homeopathic consultations with me where I go one-to-one with you and I take your whole case. First session is 2 hours long. And I'll prescribe you specific homeopathic medicines that are tailored to your specific menopause symptoms and organ weaknesses. From there, in order to support your system in this new life stage, you need to apply what I call the menopause lifestyle levers. Now, these are more general interventions that are applicable to all women in this life stage. So here, what you learn about is you learn about nutrition, you learn about sleep, you learn about menopause appropriate movement or exercise. And this is where I start to bring in other specialists like Julie Deeks, who is our nutritional therapist, and 3 different exercise practitioners who have prepared pre-recorded classes for you to enjoy. Now, I know that you might be thinking or want to say to me, but my diet's really healthy, Sarah. Well, what you may not realize is that your needs in terms of diet have changed because your hormones have changed. That's why you may not be able to lose weight as easily as you used to. And because what was a healthy diet for you in your 30s may no longer be a healthy diet now. The same applies to exercise. In fact, all the rules change in this life stage, all the rules for staying healthy. So then a major part of getting results with a natural approach is to master your stress, because stress makes all your menopause symptoms worse if you hadn't noticed. So the final section of Flourish focuses on various ways to get your emotions back on an even keel, whether if that's you're bursting into tears for no apparent reason, or you can't control your temper, or you're just super anxious or feeling really low. And you do this through learning new ways to master your stress on the program, because the drop in estrogen and progesterone, especially progesterone, means that your stress hormones are now able to rise much more easily and much higher than they used to, which is why you may find yourself so stressed out and emotional about things that never used to bother you. Certainly that's what happened to me in my perimenopause. And because you have to live the rest of your life with this lower level of sex hormones, my aim in this section of the program is to teach you how to do for yourself what your sex hormones used to do for you, i.e. keep your stress hormones under control. And this is the bit I found most challenging on my own menopause journey, actually, because it's made me look at how driven I am and how, I often lose sleep or used to lose sleep over stuff that really doesn't matter that much, or I get really excited about stuff that I just can't put down and rest. I still do that. So in this section of the program, I've included 3 different approaches to mastering stress. The first one is from our sophrologist, Florence Parot. She teaches you a series of sophrology techniques for calming your nervous system in stressful situations. Then our attitude coach, Caroline, she does a really important module on how to spot and challenge those unhelpful and really stress-inducing thoughts and beliefs and attitudes, which sometimes you may be completely unaware of. And then she teaches you how to challenge them and change them. And the third and last of the section module is all about relationships, because relationships are often a huge source of stress for many women, especially those that come to me. And I'm not just talking about love relationships. This could be family relationships at home, children, partner, your parents, or it may be at work or with friends. So that's why I created a whole module on how to spot and manage difficult relationships and how to have better boundaries so you can stop running around after everyone else's needs but your own. Okay, so the last thing is for you to work out if you're a good fit for this program. So you are a good fit if you can say yes to the following things. So you want to navigate your menopause naturally, either because you don't like the idea of taking hormones or because you can't take them, or maybe you are taking HRT, but maybe either it's not getting the results you hope for and you want to boost its effect, or is actually making you feel worse and you want to come off it. In all these cases, Flourish is a good fit for you. Then the next one is Flourish is also a fit for you if you are willing to put in the work, because it's not enough just to watch the videos. You need to be committed to making the changes in your diet, applying all the lifestyle changes, maybe even making changes in your relationships. And you need to be committed to applying all those learnings. The next one is, I reckon, as related to the previous one, that you need to spend a minimum of 2 hours a week on the program, and that includes the group coaching calls. And then lastly, you qualify for Flourish if you have no chronic health conditions running in the background, be they physical or mental. So, having heard all that and made it to the end of this video, well done, because I know it was long. Would you like to book a call with me? On that call, what we'll do is we'll talk through your symptoms and your situation so I can double check that the program is right for you. And by the way, if it's not, I have other approaches that might be. And I can talk you through the finer detail of the program. So if you would like to, then just click the call button next to this video and it'll take you to my online diary and we'll meet on Zoom. I hope to see you there.